Generic greetings and welcome to Surviving the Aftermath. Today's beverage is a totally standard, non-offensive, generic cup of tea. How risque. So this is a post-apocalyptic city building game where you have to gather resources, build your settlement out of all manner of scrap, and just survive in this post-cataclysmic world. The cataclysm of which we don't really know what it was, but we've got underground plastic, we've got random nuclear waste dumps, you get all sorts of events like, well, a recent meteor shower that's totally sledged half of the settlement and we're trying to repair it, radiation, like storms and waves and EM strikes and all manner of things. Either way, this is one of a handful of games that I picked up during my Christmas 2019 break from YouTube. I like to pick up random titles and try them just to try something different and experience different games and all of that, and I've had it on my radar for quite some time, so I thought I would give it a go. It's still in development, but at the moment it is infinitely playable and fine. It is a totally okay game, and I know that's not a glowing review, and it's not meant to be, because it doesn't seem to make any particular waves, it doesn't seem to do anything massively out of the ordinary or different or exceptional, but I'm having fun, and I think that's really all that matters. Either way, I'm going to show you a little bit of the game and a little bit of the settlement, and we'll see what we have going on. So at the front of the base, we have this big wall here. It's called the gate, and you can see it has health. Everything in the game has health, like your buildings and stuff. In fact, as I mentioned, we've got some of these which are not at the peak of their performance and health because they were hit by meteors, but anyway, that's by the by. We've got things like storage in here. We've got these different outpost depots which allow us to do things on the world map, which I'll show you in a bit. We've got like this windmill here which generates some energy there. You don't need to like lay cables or pipework or anything like that like some other games. It's just if you have a windmill or the solar panels, they just generate the resources. The resources which, as you can see, are on the top there. So you got your typical food and water and energy and planks and that sort of thing. And water's actually production is 91 and consumption is 75, so actually we're okay there. And you've got things like concrete and planks and that sort of thing, and you can gather all these resources. So I've got, for example, in the centre here is like this food storage unit, places like a work area, so people work and they gather the berries. The way it does the jobs I quite like, actually. So a lot of these buildings, for example, this maintenance depot here, I'm actually going to assign some more people to that. You can assign different jobs, so you can assign people to these different buildings, so you give them jobs, and it's not as if you have to have any particular set of skills, like they don't seem to have anything like that. You have equipment, which is basic tools and clothes. I don't know if you get any more than that. I've only played about 4 hours of the game, I should really point that out here. But you just assign them to work at a particular area, they crack on and do that, and if they're not assigned, they are simply sort of like labourers, like colonists that just wander around, or carriers they're called, and they just sort of wander around, gather resources, and as you might imagine, carry things. You do have children in the game. You can see we've got some schools here, which is actually a school bus and like a little sort of a clock on the left hand side there, 3 of them in a row. And to be honest, it's probably better than the school I went to. Actually, that's not correct. It is definitely better than the school that I went to. Anyway, we've got like different housing bits here, like shanties, and so these are only got 3 colonist slots, but then you also have like tenements here, which can have up to 8. But there's like a low chance of families being started in there, like battery storage and all that sort of thing. And this, which I should probably clear because it got hit by a meteor. Let me go over to food here, and a medium field. We're going to rotate that. Actually, no. Let's be a maverick and go for a large field, and we'll place it in there. And you can set what you want to have growing there, because we've currently got some potatoes there, and we'll probably go for probably the same there as well. Anyway, we've got different buildings, and you see we've got like a day-night cycle, and it's starting to rain now and such. But the main thing we have to do at the moment, because this is flashing, is we have to look on the world map. So the world map is, as you might imagine, the world that we are currently in. Now you've got random threats around the place, generally denoted by a big skull. And you might want to stay away from those because they can be quite dangerous. You also have these other areas, like for example here, where you have like places where you can go to gather things. So in this case, we can get parts from there, but there's like a 3 skull rating, which means there's like a high level of danger, so you don't want to risk that too much. We also have characters, which you can see on the left hand side there. You get them as people come to your base, and you allow them in or not, as the case may be. And they'll have a particular set of skills. So you can see, for example, this is Platty here, Scavenger. Very good at scavenging and research. Research, you find like sort of test tube this research points on the map, like for example the ones over there, and some people have like bonuses to do that, and they also carry stuff as well. So she's currently got 76 concrete and 11 medicine. Yeah, I'm going to attack over here. When I mouse over, I can see what's going to happen. So major victory for myself, so let's do that. So we'll go over and oh yeah, that looks bad, and yeah, we've taken them out, and we have now unlocked that, so we can then gather resources. You have a certain number of AP action points, and it's shown here, so 8 here. Some people have more than others, and some people get bonuses for doing certain things, and you can use it to move around. So every hex, it would be technically, you can it costs an action point, but when you do something like, for example, scavenging these areas, or what she's going to do, which is move over to here and then search that location, so she'll scout it out and then it opens up that tile set there, so we can see what's there, which we've got some lumber, so I'm probably not going to go and get that. Let's keep going down and through this one. This person here is pretty good because they actually get a bonus because they've got so much research. When they search in places like that there, research, they get like bonuses and stuff. But I think I'm going to go down the bottom. This symbol here is actually my like sort of satellite outpost. You get these little outposts you can place. That's Inwell, that's the main base, that's our main colony, but you can place these sort of satellite bases around where you can basically drop your resources off instead of having to go back. The problem I find is that you do take damage. You can see they've got some health there, so he's on 70 out of 100, and in order to heal you have to go back to your main base rather than here, which is bad. Oh, there's a big raider camp, so we probably don't want to go over there. Let's go to this fella. This guy is very good at fighting, so we're going to have a bit of a fight there. You can see the health slowly going down. Minor defeat here because of the stats, but I'll be able to get there eventually. Going over here, what have we got to find? We've got some cockroaches there. I think they're just called insects, but what's it called? It's not listed in there. Either way, I don't really want to research that. I don't really need any more concrete. The health is 60, so what I'll probably do is head over here and just keep searching out, because I'm really looking for oh, what's that? That is a resources fun box. I think that gives us bonuses to children. Oh no, it's building materials. Selection of various entertainment products from the old world required by all entertainment buildings can only be found in the world map. Okay, so it's probably best that we have a look through that. Let me go to this last person here. They got 8 AP. I would like to search that, but we'll give it a go. So it looks like it's like a power plant of some kind. We've got some oh yeah, we got some research, but you see that little explosion there, that's like the hazard kicking off essentially, so it was quite a high chance anyway. Danger was 67%, so yeah, there's a 1 in 3 chance it was going to go well, but anyway, she's gathered that and then we're out of AP. But that's the world map, so job done. We'll go back. I find that you do tend to go, especially on the fastest speed, back and forward to that map, and it's a bit micromanagey, which I can understand that some people might not be a big fan of it. I would like to be able to just say, look, go here and tell me when you spent all your action points in like a couple of turns. You get your AP back when this green circle gets to the end. That's when you sort of cycle your AP and such. It would be nice to be able to just say, right, you go over there. I know it's going to take like 70 action points, and let me know when you've done it type thing. But anyway, what have we got going? Well, I've just moved the work area for this maintenance depot to here, and you can see now we've got these green spanner symbols to show that these are going to be repaired, because, quite frankly, a solar panel that's arcing and sparking is probably not the most efficient thing you can get. Anyway, we also have someone fishing over here in a lake that is right next to a nuclear waste dump, so I guess the fish that we're going to catch will be, how shall we say it, not of a identifiable species, perhaps. We've got our field over there that's getting sorted. What's that there? That is our mechanic shop. That turns, what does that do? Oh yes, it turns the scrap that we found. Is it scrap? Yes, I think it turns scrap, or junk into tools. Oh, actually not, into usable parts there. Construction completed large field, so we do need to plant a crop, so we'll select it as, you've only got at the moment corn and potatoes. The grow rate is slow, but we're medium yield, and that's normal and low. So we're just going to go with potatoes, and then I like to add every person on there that I can. More people, more better in this particular case, and we'll grow all manner of stuff. So that's getting repaired, that's almost done. We'll move it over here to get that. These are recyclers, and what they do is gather like trash and such, and allow you to convert it to different things. What I do quite like is that you can move this work area. Instead of having to simply place something down in a particular area and then have to constantly move that building, you just move the work area. Like, for example, this sawmill, that was in a forest at one point, but it's no longer, so I'm just going to move it up to there, and then it will just crack on. This is a forester, and they will plant trees because obviously we have to be as renewable as we can. This, I should point out, is an environmental station. It turns it basically gathers up this nuclear waste and then dumps it in this nuclear waste storage here. So I thought I'd put it right near the front of the base, away from the crops, because, well, you would, wouldn't you? And also, the nice green glow presents the colonists with a lovely aurora and borealis effect, as that sort of just gently drifts nuclear fuel right across the base and turn this into like sort of Chernobyl 2. Anyway, that's a sequel I really don't want. So, specialists ready for action. Let's have a quick look at the world map once again. So we'll go over here. That's got some clothing. Clothing is currently 57, so we don't need it, but there's only 34 there, and we'll pick up 10 at a time. And there we go. I just keep going around. I'm going to probably go to this corner and then search on the left-hand side there. And we have found some more clothing. That is fine. This person, I really don't want to go and fight there because their health's not too bad. I might be able to do it eventually. Go on then. We'll have a little bit of a fight. And yeah, you can see some people fighting there, and yeah, we're getting hit back, and we have lost some health, but so have they. We'll probably be able to get that done eventually. This guy is the fighter. He's got good strength, and yeah, he's doing quite well. That guy's not yet dead, but we'll get there eventually. Over here, we will have a look through this and search for the fun box. I don't know what's in there, but there you go. We're going to search here again, and yeah, that is not great. Their health is still 60, though. Oh, sorry, it's actually 25 for that one, so we'll probably have to bring them back to base once we've done all that. Anyway, over back to the main base. I've got this field hospital here. I've only got one person working there. I find that you don't really need a lot of people in the hospital, apart from when you've had like an event that's maybe hurt a lot of people. You do get random, we'll call them, I wouldn't really call them an event as such, but it's more like a random chance of people being injured, so they might trip over and hurt themselves and that sort of thing. What's that there? That is a logging camp. We've removed all of wood there, so let's move that once again over to probably that corner there. That is underground plastic. What you do is you get these big piles like that there, and you can see that someone's actually just hitting that with an axe because, well, you have to do something to keep yourself entertained, don't you? And what we do is we gather all of them resources, and then you're left with this sort of this underground pile, which you go ahead and place, in this particular case, an oil pump, because, well, plastic's made from oil, and that's as far as my logic takes me. So there you go, that's cracking on. Right, what have we got over here? That is a trade centre. It allows us to do some trading, which we currently have a couple of trade routes going. It's very, very basic. You basically say, I want that stuff, click on the button, and then wait the time. But there you are. Oh yeah, you can also report bugs in the game, which I actually think is a fairly cool feature. You actually say gameplay rating, and you say no, and you go it's a bit meh, and submit. No, we're not going to do that. As I said, I think the game is fine, and looking forward to see what they add. Speaking of adding, we've got a group of survivors at the gates. We'll have a click on that. We'll have a see what this event is. So, survivors are seeking shelter. Don't give up hope just yet. There are people coming with enough food for all, with technology that in turn will turn them into paradise. So they've got there's 6 adults, 1 children. 2 of them are injured, however. They also have Rico, who is a specialist, which allows you to do things on the map. And you can see they've got like leadership, things like that. So it's like scavenge multiplies scavenge missions. So when you do scavenging, you get more stuff. Research, you get more research. Leadership, it says coming because, well, that's not in there. And they have 1 jacket. What, between them? That's not great. They've got 4 medicine and looks like to be 13 generic unbranded snack bars. I'm going to accept them and welcome them here. So 2 colonists are injured. What I will do is set up people working in the field hospital, which will increase the rate of treatment. You can see there's like a radiation symbol, a nuclear symbol type thing. And that is because of the occupant. The occupant here is Alfie, who is being treated for radiation sickness. I'm guessing they've been playing too close to the nuclear waste dump again. Yes, I know it's a very nice green, but it doesn't taste very nice. So Alfie, please stay away. Apparently Alfie's got a broken bone as well. Oh no, that's probably another person that's there. Anyway, we're going to move the repair bit again. We'll say move work area over to there. And we also have, again, some AP. No, we don't have AP. Oh, we do have AP. It's Rico's AP, who's currently here. What I will do is leave them to... Well, what I was going to say, I was going to leave them until the next cycle so we get all of the AP back, but looks like I've messed that one up, so we'll tell them to have a little search over there and get some of these resources. There we go. And back to that one. So only one colonist is now injured, so that'll be done fairly sharpish. I'm just going to take 2 people off the jobs there. There is some happiness in the game, like you can see we've got injured -1, tired 0, paid their respects +14 because someone did die sadly, and rested +50. So overall, people are just all right with the life. They're alive, they've got, you know, shelter, they've got water, they've got power, they've got a Nintendo 64 to play on. So, I mean, why wouldn't they be totally happy? Other aging consoles are available, naturally. So what else have we got? We've also got a tailor here, which is currently producing clothes. We've got the water towers there, which stores water. You can see the people are standing around there. It's, you know, activity is having fun, which having fun apparently is talking to a water tower. Well, I mean, I know there's not going to be much cut and thrust with that intellectual conversation. But, oh no, actually, sorry. They are actually talking to someone who's currently hiding underneath the water tower. Joshua is having fun hiding underneath the water tower. That's much more acceptable. Anyway, how are we doing with this field over here? Not too good. They're apparently farming dirt. Although, no, there are very small sproutlings. Is that a word? It is now, coming out from there, which is perfectly fine. Trade convoy has arrived, so we can trade again. I always got to click on this to get the trade menu, but you don't. You just click there. And you can see that we have now done one of these trades, so that's fine. So each one of these allows you to import, so you just import stuff, you don't export by. So I can import like antibiotics or medicine or metal and that sort of thing. So what do I need? Well, plastic we're fine with, concrete we're fine with, carrots. Food, we really don't need food. We've got loads of that, which is strange considering the type of game. I would have thought it would have been really difficult. Speaking of difficulty, actually, when you start it, it's like surviving Mars in a sense, because you select your different ratings for it. So you say, like, what level of cataclysm do you want? What level of arable land do you want? So how much can you farm? How many resources do you want? And you set it from varying scales, and that increases the difficulty. I just went full medium across the board for it, so there you are. Anyway, probably, if anything, probably bring in metal, and you can see it takes a certain amount of time to do. If I zoom out, we actually see some of these different cities. So there's Trinity there. It says the current trade options from the trade menu, and you've got like these are like other friendly outposts. I don't know what is planned for the game. I don't know if they plan on, say, adding the ability to visit other locations. I don't know whether they're going to put more like statistics for people in and different conditions and all that sort of stuff. It's all up in the air. I just don't know. Let's speak the truth. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, looks like over here the concrete deposit has been used up, so it means that one of these will be without. There you go. So there's actually a very small red laser line. So we'll say move work area, and I'm going to move it around until we find something which we can gather. Looks like this will be some wood there. I can extend the work line. Actually, can we just make it? Yeah, you can just make it massive and say there you go. So anyway, specialists are ready to do their things. So we'll have a quick look over here. We'll search for clothing. We'll go over here. We will search this land. Go over here. We will fight. You can't quickly go between them all and issue the orders. You have to wait until what they've have done to finish. So for example, over here, I can tell them to fight, and I can't issue any other orders, even though I can go over to them. I just can't issue the orders. And it looks like that is now being destroyed. So now that that main sort of radar outpost is destroyed, we've got some more resources, which in this particular case is components, which are quite rare, I believe. Anyway, there's nothing else in that fun box there. We're going to have a quick look up here. You can see that the land does change. So this is like quite sort of temperate. You've got like nice rivers there. I say nice rivers Ooh, perhaps not that nice. And then you've got like, you know, like your city bits, and I don't know if there's like a snowy bit. Yes, there is by the look of it, right up the top here. Cool. Anyway, I keep going down. This person they've only got 25 health, so I'm going to order them to come back to Inwell because they are too hurt. For this fellow, I want to probably go on the... actually, what is he good with? Attack 1. He's good for scavenging stuff, so I'm going to bring him over to that plane. No, there's 40 electronics there. Components, rather. So we'll do that. And there we go. And back to the main menu. As I said, it's a bit micromanagey, that one, so I can take or leave that for the moment. But I think that's... I don't know if it's a recent thing. Certainly these outposts, as of the time recording, these are the latest things to be added to the game, so you can drop your stuff off. Trade convoys arrived, so we can do another bit of trading, so we'll have a quick look. I did do the science points, and I think instead we've got 50 medicine. I think we'll stock up on medicine. I think that would be the way to go. We've got 19 antibiotics, but I know we've got some more on someone. Speaking of research, by the way, we've got a tech tree here, which is fairly basic, and it's basically the choices are which order do you get them, rather than having to pick a particular side of things. Like, there's nothing that seems to be quite... There's not really, like, moral choices. So, for example, things like... Frostpunk being the prime example, I think. A fantastic piece of kit, that game, and you get different choices where there's not normally a right choice. There might be a choice that is better for your situation, but you know, it might be morally bankrupt for various reasons, but you don't really get that. Like, you don't say, right, look, say for example, all children must work rather than go to school, so it increases your like amount of people that can work, but then there's no education and that sort of thing. So there's none of that as far as I can tell. That's that disaster forecast unlocks the radar. Let's unlock that because, well, it's a radar. So we're going to go over to here and we'll go right across. No, is it not here? Is it in special? No. So it's not there. That's generation. Radar, there it is. We'll put the radar probably right up against a wall. No, that would be bad. We'll put it in the sort of front bit here, just so we can see it. I like it about maybe there. Yeah, you can build pathways, by the way. I know I haven't showed you too much of this building stuff, but you can build pathways, allows people to run faster, and you've got all your water stuff there. Oh, bore well. Bore well dig deep into the earth, providing stable resource for water. They are not limited to soil restrictions, can be placed on any soil, but it does require electricity. And oh, we've got a large water tower now. I mean, we don't need to place one, but we might as well. We'll just place one there just to see what it's like. And you've got things like your storage. I don't know if, again, they're going to be adding things like people stealing and that sort of thing. Because this thing here is a general storage, but it's a bit more secure than just like the open ones here. If they're things like stolen or broken or raided and yeah, all that. It seems to be a fairly sedate, more relaxing post-apocalyptic experience rather than some of the other games that when a post-apocalyptic it tends to be quite dour and depressing. Whereas this is quite colourful and vibrant, and I guess it's different in that sense. We've got some nice bushes there as well, like large yellow bush, red flowers, you know, that sort of thing, just to make it look a bit better. This is a... What is that? That's a memorial, and it says options. So, oh, it's a memorial to Riley. Workplace memorial. Oh no, they must have to just keep all the candles lit or something. And it's actually this. It's actually a bomb that's being cut. I think Megaton wants that back. Anyway, oh, and apparently nicked something from a bowling alley too. You can see it's actually got dark now and raining. It doesn't get particularly dark, but there you go. We're going to speed up to max speed here, just because I want to see if we get different events. Looks like we've got all the berries taken there. I'm going to say gather from there. The reason why I'm getting these berries is because when it comes to these cook houses here, we are making mixed meals, so you can select different types of meals, and that's what we've got there. Let's go back over to our bit here, and there's a bit of clothing there, and there's medicine there. This guy, we should be able to defeat him. It says minor defeat, so I don't think he will be able to take him out. What I'll do instead then is have a little wander over here. This guy is... Yeah, go on, we'll gather the resources. He only gathers 5 because he's not very good at scavenging, so that's a problem. And just keep looking about the place. Over here, you... well, I've already told them to come back, but I'll just issue the orders there. And probably... I know they're not very good at fighting with attack 1. But at least they've got full health, where that guy's, to be fair, got attack 3, so if he can't defeat him, I don't know what the other one's going to do. Oh no, there's another raider over there. Anyway, there we go. So, what do we need to do? That storage is full. It doesn't seem like you can shift storage between the two. I don't know if it's a problem, but there you are. What else do we need to build? Oh, you've also got radio station you can change to, like, Radio Armageddon, because, well, that's a station you tune into. Statistics, which is... Ugh, pause it if you want to look at numbers. Average health is 99%. Cool. You've got resources, graphs. Everyone likes a good plastic graph. Potato graph. Production and consumption. That's where we had the meteor strike, which is all bad there. Anyway, yeah, what else have we got? Oh, specialist. Shows you the specialist. Looks like you can only have a certain amount. Shows you the stats there. So, hang on. Oh, leadership. I was going to say, I thought it was attack. No. You got leadership and exploration. Bonus to action points. So, these 4 are shown on the main map, whereas the other ones aren't. They're sort of hidden in there. Because you don't need to know them, I guess. Yeah, there we go there. Anyway, so is there anything we need to build in particular? That battery is venting. Yes, the health of the battery is actually a bit lower than what it should have been, and that's taken some damage. Why is that taking damage? Ah, right, hang on. Is that the problem? Production is 76 and consumption is 70. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that work area to there, start repairing all of those, and I don't know why they've been damaged. Strange. Probably because we're running quite hot. Oh, we've got our radar now. There's our radar station, which will give us a alert as to when we're going to experience some bad events. I'm going to go for power generation. Large wind turbine. Generates plenty of energy, more effective and reliable than solar panels, but requires more maintenance. Yes, that is, I guess, true. Again, there's no things like RimWorld, for example, where you have to place them in a particular area. Like, I can place it there in between all these trees and it will still function just perfectly fine. Let's place a windmill right next to someone's house, because I'm sure they'll appreciate that. No, perhaps not. Let's just place it... again, it doesn't really matter too much. You might have like a wind farm over here. Place a wind farm here. Place that one there. Do I want to build another one? I will build another one with a gap of itself. There we are. Back over to the world map once again, and we've got 4 claws there, but we only take 4, so that's fine. Over here, we've got medicine. There's 34, but I'm only taking 4. These are not very good at scavenging. Minor defeat, but I guess if we do that... We'll take some health off them for then the other guy to come along and take the rest out. How much have we got there? It's taken 5, so I'll let him do that. You are not... Oh, minor victory eventually. Let's do that then. Obviously clearing this will help us out. I think that's actually the edge of the map there. There is a... Hang on, did she not fight? Did she run out of AP? She might have done. You're going to go back to base. Actually, can I stop off there? No. You see, by the way, all these markers, this seems to be a bug. It's like these markers tend to stay sometimes. And then over here, it says minor victory. Let's do it. And punch. Yeah, so we got 2. You don't get any flanking bonuses by the look of it. Shame. And there we go. So, that is that done. Oh, we have a burial pit over there. So we have had one person, a couple of people actually, that sadly have... expired, but overall we are doing quite well. Where are all those going? Oh, they're going to these resources here, so they're picking up that. They've been dumped here because I think they'll be gathered from when we're out and about, and then they go to the gate rather than the storage there. So 64 colonists, 8 of them being the carriers. Energy is actually negative for some reason. Because guess what? Sun gone down. Solar panels tend not to work too well in the dark, traditionally. The size of the map is fairly large. I mean, this is quite a small little colony from what we've got going at the moment. But if we look at, say, for example... oh, yeah, like I said, the solar panels, like, they're moving and tracking the sun, which is pretty good. Yeah, if you move along, you can see just how big this area is. It's Yeah, it's large. Anyway, we'll do more stuff in this map. We don't need to go there. We don't need to do that. Let's have a little search in this sort of deadwoody type area. Oh, antibiotics from a downed helicopter. Let's sort that out. We're going to keep getting resources there. This guy will probably be able to finish them off, although they are they're getting low on health themselves. But we can send them back up top, can't we, if need be. Back to the bagger guy. You can have a look there. There is a small chance that they'll get hurt. And yeah, keep attacking there. Over here, we're going to keep running down. And then back to them. And we will punch them. Ooh, that didn't sound too well. And looks like they've been destroyed. So that should be that camp down. And there we go. We got some fun boxes. I don't know if the resources that spawn from doing all of that, whether it's tied to the difficulty of anything. Like the difficulty of the... Oh, has that been damaged as well? Yeah, the difficulty of the people you have to fight. I really don't know. Let's move the work area over to there. I'm not a fan of... in general, I'm not a fan of systems where things take like damage over time and stuff. Oh, down the river. Colonists want to go exploring. Let them go and try. Why not? Finally returns to do something completely empty-handed. The boat sank halfway through. The colonists were unable to rescue their equipment. After hearing voices from nearby woods, they decided to flee instead of going after the sunken vessel. Okay, so nothing happened. That's a shame. Yeah, systems like durability, I just not a fan of it as a mechanic. It just seems to be like more tedium than anything else. Anyway, one last go over here. I think we will get the antibiotics. Over here, we'll get... do I want to keep searching for that? How much stuff have they got on them? They've got loads of stuff. We should probably head back. See, taking 4 every time, it's just not great. I'll tell you what, we'll head back. We'll head over here. And, oh, yeah, that's a tribunal camp. We're not going to fight those. This person is very heavily damaged. I would like to just go back to there, but there's no real point. Over here, scavenge that. We'll do a bit of a fight over there. And mine of victory, they are slowly going down. And over here, almost back at base. And once they're here, they will actually be on the actual colony as well. So we'll be able to see them. And we're going to just gather there. Oh, there you go. Look, scavenge 10. So he's really good because of his scavenging, which we knew because, well, his stats were... That's, yeah, stats. It is 2 for scavenge. Anyway, that has been a little bit of surviving the aftermath. I think I've showed you the majority of what's really on offer. The main thing that you haven't seen is the events. I would have liked for one to have popped when we were here, but sadly it has not. Essentially, I've already experienced 3 problems so far. The first one was like a radiation storm where everybody starts getting irradiated like that and they have to go for treatment. So you just basically have a couple of hospitals and make sure people stay indoors. If they're outside, then it's a lot worse. Also, the crops are spoiled. I've had a EM storm, which shuts down all electronics, which at the time wasn't a problem because, well, I'd actually not built anything electronic at the time, so it didn't really matter. That was quite early on. And then the latest one was Meteor Storm, which showers the air with meteors and you have to repair it. So, yeah, there might be others. I don't know if more are going to be added, but we shall see. That's been a bit of surviving the aftermath. As I said, it's fine, it's playable, I've been enjoying it. It doesn't do anything in particular that's, like, outstanding, I don't think, at the moment, but... yeah, it is fine. If you like what we see, then by all means, check the link out in the description as always. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.